bringing this to life?
Well, I think that working for a decade on DC really prepared us, because we were creating worlds, even though there was a canon to follow. It prepared us for creating worlds with making our own canon, which was really exciting, I think, at the time. But you really realize like all the work that goes into it. And this journey has been, I mean, he's been talking about this movie since we first got married. It's been kicking around, and it took various iterations. It was...
She'd be like, enough already.
Are we gonna make this or not?
Yeah.
But it was a video game
Stop.
at one point. It was gonna be a television show. It was maybe
A musical.
gonna be Star Wars, and I was not really into that, because I always felt like he had so many ideas, and I felt like he was going to be so hamstrung by...
Too many ideas.
So many ideas,
Too
so
many.
many ideas, too many. But I really feel like it was the right time now to make it, I think, because we did so much prep and we learned so much to really, realize and how much work goes into it. And we were so fortunate to have an amazing, crew and team of artists, because the amount of art that you have to generate, the languages that we created, there's just so much work that sometimes we do that you might not see, like history that we have to create that maybe you'll learn about in the next movie or in the podcast that we're doing or in the making of book, but we have to do that work. But it was really exciting, and I feel really blessed that we get to do this, and we get to do this together.
Yeah, no, and I think
I rant too. I guess it's, part of the family.
And I think that the reality is, like Debbie was saying, one of the most interesting parts of this journey has been the freedom to create that universe and to create the world, and to not have, canon that exists that you have to figure out how to comfortably fit in that box or what boundaries you're going to push, but just to create those guidelines and that world and that mythology and that history. And I think that Zack, to his credit, it's the way he thinks as a filmmaker and as a writer, and so to have the pleasure of being a part of creating a universe like that has been fantastic. And to echo what you said, I can't imagine going on such a layered, nuanced, and complex journey with anyone other than the two of them, because it's such a fun and collaborative process. And I think that we're all honored to have the folks that you guys will be meeting very soon, to have them breathe life into these characters and bring them on the screen.
So before we meet those folks, Zack, can you talk us through the cast, one by one? 5 minutes per cast member.
Well, I'm just going to say generally that, you have this idea, and you have, you make these characters in your mind, and then, you write them down, and then you hope that they're personified, and I mean, you don't even think, I never really think about it, what it's going to be like, what the performances will be like. I really don't do that. But when they show up and they do it and they make it better than you thought, you make it better than what you wrote, they make it better than the drawings or any of that. That's really when the movie comes to life for me and becomes something more than what I do kind of in private, that is draw and write. Yeah. It becomes that's when it really becomes something, a gift for everyone else, because they're performing now back to us, and it's not just for me now it's for everyone. I might be there with the camera, but the camera's there as a window to the world, and I guess it's a real honor. It's a privilege, frankly, to get to have people with incredible talent serve an idea that you created, because it's just, like I said, they just make it better, and it's a real joy to have the relationship I have with all these guys.
But it was always an ensemble movie, but obviously you have...
Yeah, I have an issue with ensemble movies for some reason. I really don't like making ensemble movies. I don't want to. I just sit down, every time I sit down, it's I gotta make a team and go do a thing. And I'm like, fuck, why? It's not, no, don't do it. But I'm blessed that I did that, because I got this group together, so.
Amazing. Well, on that note, let's meet the cast of Rebel Moon, shall we? First of all, will you please welcome the film's composer,